What's good, Chiefs Kingdom?
Woo!
Broadcasting live here from my car. Arrowhead Stadium, getting ready for Monday Night Football. We got Bo in the back seat, in town from Washington State. You all know Nick, you know me, Scott. We're getting ready to go in here. It's weather's a little inclement, rainy, cold, but that's football weather in the Midwest, November 1st. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can smell the barbecue. See the stadium in the background here. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm stoked, man.
After spending all day in an airport, pulling into this parking lot, got my adrenaline going. I am pumped, ready to see this game.
Yeah, Bo's been experiencing the pains of post-COVID airline travel, so
just don't do it. If you're thinking about flying anywhere, don't do it.
And try to fly direct if you can. So
yeah, exactly.
We're hanging out here, getting ready, like I said, go into the game here in a little bit. So got some people tailgating. Saw Chris Jones is going to play.
Yeah, we got it. Well, everybody's supposed to play except Hitchens.
Hitchens and
Ward's questionable.
And who else did you say? Kalen Saunders?
Saunders,
yeah. Saunders isn't going to play. So look, we're hopefully going to just smash the Giants here. Obviously, when you got disparity of quarterbacks between Patrick Mahomes and Danny Dimes, right? The Giants faithful.
He's gonna be Danny Pennies tonight.
Danny Crimes. So I'm excited for the game. As Scott said, it's cold, it's rainy, but that's football at Arrowhead Stadium. I wouldn't have it any other way. The only thing that I just wish that it was a snow game, because we know that Patrick balls out in snow games, but it's going to be a good time. Just look for us on TV. We're all wearing red, so it should be easy to spot.
Pretty
easy.
No, yeah, looking around, everybody's got their tailgates going. Burgers are being munched.
There goes a Giants fan.
Oh, yeah. Loser.
No,
the energy's up. Everybody looks excited. Nobody looks like they're gonna.
Actually seen a handful of Giants fans here so far, which is kind of surprising. I don't know that there's many Giants fans in Kansas City. It's not something like I don't know of anybody that lives around town that is a Giants fan. Maybe some people traveled in for the game. It's a long way to travel for a game when your team sucks.
Tell me about it. Bad joke.
Yeah, so what are you guys looking forward most to seeing in the game tonight?
I'm looking forward to seeing Patrick Mahomes bounce back. I know that he's had, a lot of criticism this year. We've talked about it a lot, whether it was warranted or not. I think that we're all in consensus that most of the stuff that's been tossed his way has been somewhat bullshit. So I'm looking forward to him just balling out, primetime game, the whole world watching. I just look, anytime you get to go see Patrick Mahomes play in person, it's a special thing. And if you've never seen him play live in person, then it just, I don't know. Bo, you saw him for the first time at the preseason.
I saw him preseason, so this is like my first time seeing him live for a regular season game.
Yeah. So when you see it, it's just different. He's a different human being to see on the field. I've been to a lot of football games, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Is I just hope that he just destroys the Giants defense, gets back in form here, and that everybody's talking about him for the right reasons come tomorrow morning. So, what about you, Bo?
Well, being that this is my fourth game here ever, I'm looking forward to just the experience of it all. I love the stadium. I love the atmosphere. I love the fans. I love this tailgating experience. Everybody wants to be friends out here. It's just a great time. But play-wise, I really echo what you said. I'm looking forward to Patrick Mahomes kind of tearing it up. The rain's kind of stopped, so hopefully we don't have any of those turnover woes that we've experienced this year. But I'm looking forward to just a great game. Like I said, the experience, the whole atmosphere of this all, it's big. It's bigger than watching it on TV. It's a lot more fun. It's palpable when you get here.
Yeah, I know people are like, oh, it's better to watch the game at home. And I'm just like, I feel so sorry for you if you honestly think that watching the game on TV is better than watching it in person. Monday Night Football, national stage. under the lights. They usually, hype up and turn up the pregame stuff a notch, and you got the fireworks going on, player introductions, the hype video is pretty sick usually. And we were talking about this on the show we did yesterday where we did our picks there yesterday morning, that it's just different being at the stadium under the lights.
I've never been this excited to watch a game on TV.
Right. Yeah, no, it's
I'm
just
excited. I'm pumped.
But yeah, and I don't know, like people, I guess they like sitting on their couch and big screen TVs and some other things like that. But no, there's no substitute for live football at Arrowhead Stadium. Expecting the Chiefs to come out, play really well. I'm looking forward to, like Bo and Nick just said, Patrick Mahomes coming out and just lighting the Giants up. They got to be pissed. They're not happy.
Yeah.
Chargers lost yesterday. That's a new development. If the Chiefs win this game, they'll be tied in the win column with the Chargers.
Oh, man.
4 wins apiece. LA's had a bye week, so they're 1 game behind us. So they'd be 1 game ahead of us still in the loss column. But it almost feels like with some of these teams, the Ravens losing last week, the Bengals lost, the Bills have a couple of losses.
Yeah.
Chiefs win this game. It's almost like, Jets beat the Bengals. It's almost like the season kind of resets here with a win, especially when you look at the division and trying to,
or just the entire AFC, right?
Right.
The Titans getting shaken up, like you said. I mean, it's wide open. I feel like right now.
Yeah, it's definitely wide open, and so it's go time right now. Patrick and Travis and Big Red Andy Reid, they all know it. And it's really simple. Just hang on to the ball, and maybe not so simple for the defense to start turning things around and playing better. But a beat up Giants opponent with Daniel Jones at quarterback is a good start for the defense to start playing healthy. And a lot of people, and myself included, somewhat will still want to see good defensive play against a quality opponent. But you got to play who they put in front of you, and coming out and maybe holding the Giants to less than 10 points.
I was just about to ask, what do you guys think are going to be our keys to a victory here today?
Don't turn the ball over, right? That's a huge one. And start hot, right? I mean, come out and make the game your game versus being reactive to what's happening to you. And I think we've seen the Chiefs start to do that in several games, but then the turnovers just killed that, right? And instead of going up, like 14-3 on some teams, it was 7-10, and we're down instead of up 2 scores because of a turnover. So that, man, can I just say I fucking love that we still have a real football stadium. I know that SoFi is probably really cool, and I know that whatever they built out there in Las Vegas, it's probably like a watching from a luxury hotel. I've done some stadium tours. I know that these new mega $1 billion stadiums are like all the rage, but there's just nothing like being outside in the elements and just watching an NFL game with the roar of the crowd, especially the Arrowhead Experience 142.2. It's just, you just can't replace that. And so I fucking love it.
No, I do too. I like just being here in the parking lot, witnessing the tailgate. You know what I mean? Like, I know you get that other stands, but here it's infamous. I mean, you look over every single direction, there's somebody with a tailgate. I mean, yeah, I love Chiefs football for that reason too. It's authentic.
Yeah, they kind of started that back in the 90s, and Carl Peterson made it a big deal, and they started opening the gates early, I mean, hours, before the game. And then you can actually camp. They'll open it up for RV parking the night before. So, yeah, Nick and I went to a couple Rams games there in the old Edwards Jones Dome, and you're sitting there, and it's like,
doesn't feel the same.
You feel like you're getting ready to watch a movie or some shit. Yeah. It doesn't feel like you're getting ready to watch a professional football game. So, yeah, we're lucky. Arrowhead is one, and it's one of the most well-renowned, famous NFL stadiums in America. You think about Soldier Field. I don't know. Lambeau. Yeah, the frozen tundra of Lambeau, and Arrowhead Stadium is right up there with all those. So, looks like we got a viewer or two here. If you want to shoot us a comment, maybe tell us what you think's going to happen here. Predict a score in the game. We kind of did picks yesterday and talked about what we thought was going to happen, but had a night to sit on it and think about it and let it marinate. How do you guys feel? How do you think the game goes tonight?
I still feel good about my picks. I think a solid 14-point victory should come of this game. After last week, though, who knows? But I'm super hopeful that we've put it together. They've had a great week. They had a bunch of people practicing that weren't practicing. All the press conferences that I watched, everybody looks in high spirits. They don't look down on themselves. They do look mad. They look ready to get back out there and play. So I'm excited to see this game. You didn't really answer, though. What do you think is going to be our keys to success to win this game?
Well, I think you guys hit the nail on the head when you're talking about not turning the ball over and getting out to a hot start. Just jump on them early. And when you are the superior team and you're playing a team like the Giants, who have won a couple of games, but really are they're one of the bottom feeders in the league right now, especially when they're Saquon Barkley, some of their star guys are injured and out. Don't let them hang around and give them that hope that they can play with you.
Right, yeah.
You see that happens a lot with teams, and hang around. They make a big play. You're the better team. You start playing tight. Just go out, get on them early, jump on them early, get up by 10, 14 points there to start in the first quarter, in the first half, go into lead with the half, and then in the second half put your foot on their necks, so to speak, and just erase all doubt and all hope of who the better team is. You're playing at home. Who's going to win? The fans are going to be pumped. A lot of the games here to start the season have been on the road. 5 of the next 6 games here are home games at Arrowhead. So, yeah, I think a hot start and just not letting them hang around is really going to be the key for me.
Yeah, those are huge too. I would just like to see some discipline as far as not going for the long shot every time. You know what I mean? Take the 10-yard pass. It's going to be open all day.
Patience.
You know what I mean? Be patient, be disciplined, be professional. Wait for that opportunity to open it up. When it opens up, go for it, right? Don't force it down their throats. It hasn't worked for us all season. So I feel like that's going to be a big part of us, is if we can just be patient, take the opportunities that are given to us and go with it.
I mean, I kind of hope they just bombs away, air raid, just destroy them.
I would love it. But I can immediately guess they're going to go two deep safeties, right? That's what everybody else is doing against us. So, I mean, take what's given to you, be patient, go do that until they give up on that. And they will. Every team does. So,
yeah, I mean, if they do that, establish a running game would be huge. If we could get 6-7 yards of carry, it's good. They got to creep up, right? Which is then going to open that mid to deep stuff. So,
I got to say, I'm going to cut in. I'm really impressed at these 2 ladies here in the parking lot in the row across from us. They're playing bags, but they're they're throwing the bag between the legs backwards, like they're snapping the ball, and they're damn near making almost every one of them. Did you see this? What's going on over here?
It's supposed to be the center's wife and cousin.
Maybe Nick could do some camera work and we could get some folks on here.
That's hilarious.
That lady's maybe not as good as her friend over there, but
I don't know if you could flip it. Maybe just
flip it around.
I've never seen anybody play bags like they're snapping a football. Hit the target.
I'll send them some consent forms later and be on the internet.
We'll blur out their faces.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they're probably far enough away and dressed up enough that no one's gonna know who they are.
Okay, we haven't been sued by CBS. I doubt they'll sue us.
Right? Yeah. I mean, no kidding. Yeah, you figure CBS.
The algorithm's going to find that. It's like, ooh, why should we be suing them?
You figure CBS and ESPN probably got better lawyers than these folks anyway. So, this chick here is good. They ought to consider her if they have an injury to James Winchester during the season. She's nailing the center of the board of the target every time. That's pretty damn good. So,
did you guys see Bill Belichick? Somebody asked him about why they waste a position on a long snapper.
No.
in a press conference, and he gave an 11-minute history of how that became a position and why it was so valuable. It was just I don't know. Every time now people talk about long snappers, I think about that.
Yeah, I want to see this chick make one. But some action that was around the NFL yesterday. We had our special guest John V on. 49ers. I was a little worried about the Niners there. I think every one of us picked them to take care of the Bears, but they were down at halftime, and it looked like Justin Fields had figured some things out right after I said that the 49ers aren't the defense to figure things out against for Justin Fields, and he comes out in the first half and plays really well. So that shows just, what I know about football. But 49ers got a win over the Bears. I didn't even see. I saw the Chargers obviously lost to the Patriots, which is huge for the Chiefs. They kind of did what we expected, or Nick and I talked about them doing, and ran the ball on them and controlled the clock and kind of befuddled Justin Herbert. He's had a couple poor performances. Now I wonder if the national media and Jimmy Johnson still want to pick Justin Herbert in a redraft over Patrick Mahomes or not. What do you all think about the Chargers right now? Lost 2 straight games, and really, if you look at it, they lost a close game at Arrowhead that they kind of went some 4th and longs there at the very end and got some advantageous calls from the refs. Helped them win that game. Chargers maybe come back to earth a little bit.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. They've always been a team, though, that kind of hangs around like you're talking about. They've always given us trouble, no matter who's in their offense. That's to our own fault that we kind of let them hang around. But yeah, no, they did not look as dominant as everybody was saying. I think, was it Shannon Sharp who predicted Justin Herbert to be MVP this year at the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
I think he's going to have to put his foot in his mouth on that one. That is not going to be the case. I don't see that happening. But the Chargers, they look abysmal, which is great for us. I was a little worried a couple of weeks ago thinking oh, man, they're just going to take this division away from us. But no, they decided they wanted to give us a shot. What do you think, Nick?
I mean, I think it's a long season. And, you got to be aware of teams that flash early because it's hard to maintain that consistently for now 17 weeks, right?
Yeah.
17 games. And the Chargers have been the darlings that are going to win the AFC West now for how many years? I mean, the Chiefs have won 5 in a row.
Yeah, it's been at
least every year it's going to be the Chargers' year, and every year they figure out a way to disappoint, right? And so I think that they were kind of paper tigers in some of these games that, they beat the Chiefs, but, anybody that was watching that game should have been suspect of the Chargers. That, they were +4 in the turnover column, and they still almost lost.
Yeah, I think the text I sent to you that game was, man, they only scored 6 points on 2 turnovers. I'll take it, right? Super suspect.
And so, it just goes to show you that that's why they play the games. You can crown guys early, but, you're starting to see some cracks in some teams. The Bucs, showed some cracks yesterday.
Yeah.
It sucks that for the Titans that Derrick Henry's out. But I mean, it's good for the other AFC teams.
Not for everybody else.
Yeah, that's not for everybody else. But I just that's my thoughts. Is that it's still. I mean, it's not as early in the season as it used to be, right? But it's still early, and there's a lot of football left to be played. And you're going to have some teams that are going to come together. We're hoping and praying that the Chiefs are one of them. That at the end of the year, it's just like everybody's like, "Do you remember when everybody was asking, are the Chiefs dead?" Because there's still enough games left that's a reality.
Especially with this league, with all the teams on top losing too to not so great teams. You know what I mean? Just completely mixed up that whole AFC.
Football's hitting your car is part of the Arrowhead experience.
Yeah, it was one of those. I couldn't tell if someone walked in the back of my car here or not, but the Chargers too. They go for all these 4th downs, and I don't know if I didn't watch the Chargers Patriots game. I don't know if that bit them, if they tried that in that game or not, but they definitely, it cost them. I think they went for it 4th and long in their own territory against the Ravens 2 weeks ago and didn't get it, and basically gave the Ravens a touchdown. So that I've been waiting all season for that to kind of backfire on them. Broncos, no one considers them a threat in the division, I don't think, or necessarily an AFC wild card.
Not even the Broncos,
competitor.
Right? They're selling.
Yeah, and they lost. They won. They beat Washington, but that was a close game all the way up till the very end.
It was like 10-10 the entire game.
10-10 going into the 4th quarter against the Washington football team. Now they've traded Von Miller, who exits Denver without ever beating Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So I I guess the AFC West can call him Gone Miller now instead of Von Miller because he's on his way to Los Angeles. And shit, that guy's got to be grinning, man. Like,
Dude,
we were talking.
what a team to get on.
Right.
Him,
I mean,
right?
you go from the Broncos to the Rams this
Aaron
year.
Von Miller.
They got Aaron Donald and Von Miller on that defensive line now. That is a big pickup by the Rams. So we're talking about, it's like when Le'Veon Bell went from the Jets to the Chiefs last year, he had to be just pinching himself. Is this really happening? I'm going from like the worst team to the best team, and now Von Miller finds himself going from one of the worst teams to a I would say right now you would look in the NFC and consider either them or the Cardinals.
Right.
Maybe the Packers you throw in there in Tampa Bay, although they lost to
playoff contender for sure.
They lost to the Saints yesterday. Tampa Bay did, and Jameis Winston exited that game early with an injury. They were playing with like a third or fourth string quarterback. I wasn't sold, and they won the Super Bowl somehow last year. But I wasn't sold on them the Buccaneers last year. They're a wild card team, and they got smoked by the Saints last year too. So in the NFC, you got to figure the Rams are right up there, one of the top 2 or 3 contenders to represent that conference.
God damn, the Rams are making some
Super Bowl.
Good moves this year. Right? Like they are developing a team and a half.
Have you seen what they have for draft next year though?
Yeah,
probably like.
Dude, they have like a 3rd and a 6th.
Yeah,
they're going all in.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But if I don't know their roster up and down, really in depth.
To backtrack just a little and not talk about this team, but go back to the Titans. Do you think the Titans are going to be contenders without Derrick Henry?
Well, they got Adrian Peterson now, so.
He should fill in that hole completely. Yeah, AP. Scott, you think they're going to be contenders?
Adrian Peterson's going to have to start claiming that NFL salary when he's drawing his Social Security. That dude, I cannot believe he's back in the NFL. He's like the punk rock of NFL running backs. The dude just will never die. He's just never going to go away. Every year there's going to be an injury midway or 3/4 of the way through the season, and you're going to see Adrian Peterson signs with whatever team has a running back, injury at the end of the year. But he was an amazing player in his prime. Holy smokes, man.
Yeah.
God darn, you watch that guy play, and he was on another level.
Special.
I'm trying to think of the Steeler that he ran over and stepped on his face mask on the way over him. I remember watching that game just thinking, holy crap, man, I think I'd retire if I was that poor guy, man. You just got trucked, and then, oh, by the way, I'm going to step on your face as I'm running over you on my way down the field for a touchdown. But, I don't know. That's definitely big news in the AFC. Derrick Henry getting hurt. We'll see what they can do with Adrian Peterson. They were leaning on Derrick Henry. You guys think maybe they were running Derrick Henry a little bit too much?
I do. I'll let Nick go ahead and explain before I do mine, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you look at how many more carries he has than the second highest, right? They were pushing that Larry Johnson record that I think 418 or something that he, we ran him 418 times. They were pushing that amount, with a 17-game season. He's been really resilient. I think he'd only missed 1 game due to injury before this. But look, we saw it with Jamal Charles when we had a running back that was that high of a percentage of our offense, and then Jamal Charles hurts his knee, and then you're screwed, right? Now, Tannehill has been a fine quarterback for a few years now. A.J. Brown is, he torched the Chiefs. But how much of that is because people are so scared of Derrick Henry, and they're stacking, 8 guys in the box. Yeah. They don't have that extra guy back in coverage, and so now you got to hope that Adrian Peterson or whomever they have on their roster can at least make it, a threat to where they need to come up. And if they can't do that, then I just think that you're going to see this team fall apart. Personally, but they do have a 3-game lead in their division, and so they don't really have to be that great to still clinch a playoff spot. And they're saying that with surgery and rehab, that they're saying that it's a potential that he could come back and Derrick Henry could play for the playoffs this year. So
you'd have to. I would question what percentage.
Bo, wave to us so we know that's you, John V.
Hey,
What's up, John?
He's in witness protection, John.
Yeah.
I got him hooked up with my guy from the Shant Club when they had me in witness protection there earlier in the season. So,
this matter may not be
Right. Yeah. They we got Bo's blowing the whistle back here on somebody, so we need to get the voice changer.
John V says, this would be perfect if you three were in a pickup truck on a bench seat.
Yeah, that's I don't own a pickup truck, so, but yeah, no, you'd probably be right there. We were just talking about your Niners pulled out a win against the Bears. Just real quick, John, how are you feeling during that game, man? They were losing at half, but then they pulled away and won fairly comfortably there at the end. And Jimmy G was running for touchdowns and was killing it. So
over 300 yards passing. He did.
Also, appreciate the good luck. I know you're not a Chiefs fan, so I really appreciate
that. right.
Dude, we were kind of ragging on Jimmy G, and he crushed it yesterday. Yeah.
So, dude, I was so relieved after half.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I was thinking about you, John. There, I saw that score at halftime, and I wasn't watching the game, obviously, but I saw the score scroll across the phone there, and they were losing at half, but they pulled it out and got the win. So I was happy to see that. That's good for the Niner faithful. Maybe try to get things going the right direction, win some games there. So just got a lot tougher. We were talking about Von Miller. I don't know if you caught that or not, John, if you had jumped in at that point, going to the Rams, getting traded from the Broncos. They're beefing up for a run and towards maybe a Super Bowl appearance or definitely playoffs. I think they've only lost one game this year.
So I think we kind of mentioned the top 4 NFC teams. Who do you guys think is going to take it? Packs, Bucks, or not Packs,
well,
Bucks, Packers.
I predicted on the Shank Club NFL show, I predicted at the beginning of the season it was going to be Rams, Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Chiefs defense is making me question that pick a little bit this year, but I think the Rams are legit. They got kind of shown up by the Cardinals a couple weeks ago, though. I was really surprised by that game, to be honest. I thought they were going to go in there and kind of humble the Cardinals a little bit, but Cardinals took care of business there. But then they lost to the Packers, and I don't know. Packers were without their top 2 or 3 wide receivers, so it's the NFL any given week, and it even seems more so this year around the league. Any given week where we do these picks, you just see teams win, and there's just seems like there's at least 1 or 2, if not more, upset surprises every week. But getting to about an hour away from kickoff here, I don't think we're parked in an area. Yeah, we can't see the stadium, so it's getting a little dark out. Overcast, raining, like we were talking about there at the beginning, and the way we're sitting lower here, I don't think we can get a good shot of the stadium. But
well, they can see people walking around, so they know we're not just sitting in our driveway.
Right? Yeah.
I flew to Trimble to hang out in your car.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Bo, I don't know, man. I feel like this might be the year that the Pack actually get over the hump and get back in the Super Bowl. I really, I don't know, have grown in respect for Aaron Rodgers with some of the things that he's come out and said in the last few weeks. I like that he's on Pat McAfee's show.
I dig that.
And I love how open and honest he is about stuff. I mean, did you guys see that picture that came out of like his helmet getting popped off?
Oh yeah,
the chin strap was like covering his face.
He just, I mean, it looks like you couldn't have memed something better if you like did it with Photoshop. And like all he said about it was like, the internet's undefeated. It's just, you get enough footage of you out there like that, then like, I mean, that shit's just gonna happen. So, John B says he's terrified of the Rams. I don't know if you guys could read that when I put it up, but
I can't read any of that.
Yeah.
No, the Rams look. The NFC looks good this year. Between the Rams, the Cardinals, and the Packers, like it's a toss-up in any of those 3 teams for me. I like what Nick's saying about the Pack taking it. Aaron Rodgers looks good. I mean, he had a chip on his shoulder all off season. It looks like he has something to like prove. I don't think he's going to stay with Green Bay, so I can see him going in doing really good things and being like, later, I'm taking Devontae with me. We're going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, for that reason alone, I can see them kind of taking it in the NFC.
No, but it'd be kind of funny if they won the Super Bowl and then like he like turned like stone cold turned him down on a contract extension and went somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to stay in Green Bay. I don't think he would be looking for an extension.
Yeah, I don't. That's a weird deal there. I don't even know where to begin. There's been so many different reports and so much gossip and leaks about that, what's going on with him and the Packers in Green Bay. So it's just gonna be one of those wait and see kind of things. Yeah. I still find it hard to believe that he would leave Green Bay after all this time there.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. But then again, maybe I didn't see Tom Brady leaving the Patriots and playing in another jersey.
See, yeah, Tom leaving makes me think that he would leave, because you just look at him, he's like, oh, I can just go pick any team I want with a stellar defense,
right,
mediocre offense, bring in Devontae with me, let's go win one, right? Like, I feel like he could do that with most teams.
Yeah.
How many teams would turn down Aaron Rodgers? Like 2?
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chiefs. Other than that,
Bucks.
I don't.
Bills, I guess. I mean, they got their guy.
Yeah, they got their guy.
I mean, I'd kick Tom Brady to the curb for Aaron Rodgers.
I would too.
I don't know if the Buccaneers would, but I would. Just based on really, the age factor alone. He's, Aaron Rodgers is I'm not sure how much younger he is.
He's 37.
37. And Tom Brady's 40. So he's got at least 2 or 3 years on Tom there for sure. Yeah. But well, you guys got any last thoughts you want to talk about before I think we're going to go swing by a buddy of ours tailgate here and get primed up, do some pregame here and for some Monday Night Football. Anything you guys?
Go Chiefs!
Yeah,
That's
go
all
Chiefs.
I'm
Yeah,
about.
just I hope we just really embarrass the Giants on Monday Night Football, and it'd be interesting to see how that goes with the Manning cast, since Eli was a Giant for all those years.
Oh yeah.
So, and then I hope that I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's supposedly a curse with the Manning cast where every active NFL player that's gone on, their team is lost next week. And this week they have
Brady
Josh Allen. Yeah, they had Brady on last week.
Yeah.
And they had Travis Kelce on, right?
Oh.
So they have Josh Allen on this week. So
shit.
Rooting for the curse to continue. And I don't know. I'm just looking forward to some football, man. Get it under the lights.
I'm really looking forward to this Monday Night Football production. It's my not my first regular season game here, but it's going to be my first one with Patrick Mahomes at the helm. So I'm just really excited to see the lights, the action, the play, everything.
I look forward to the pregame and everybody watching. Maybe not everybody, if we got some fans of other teams watching, but the home of the Chiefs thing there with the national anthem and the player introductions, it just gets electric in this place. So getting ready to head into the stadium now. Thanks everybody for joining. If you tuned in and watched, looks like we got up to 5 or 6 viewers there.
John B, you're the man.
Yeah, John B. Thanks again for tuning in.
Have a good time, fellas. We're going to have a good time.
Shooting some comments in here. If you haven't already, click the like and subscribe button. Help the channel out. Turn those notifications on. You never know when we might just pop up with a live show from the stadium here. So I think we're going to get out of here and go watch the Chiefs play some Monday Night Football in Arrowhead Stadium. Thanks again for joining in, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.
Deuces.
Go Chiefs!
John B said he thought that we were in the Walmart parking lot. So I'm just going to try to pop out here real quick. This would be one hell of a Walmart. So I don't know if you guys can see it up there. But anyway, there's your proof. All right, what's good, Chiefs Keen? We'll talk to you later.